All right, I see that Wrestling in Color podcast. She had to make a video on this. Now I'm going to explain myself, right, after I play some of this and break down what I mean by her having terrible feminist takes or terrible takes in general, right? Now, I don't mean this in general. I'm not saying that she's wrong about everything. I'm just as much of a fan of Wrestling in Color podcast as I am with most of these YouTubers, like C-Jax, The Hater. I listen to all these folks. So, this is not even that big of a deal. But I'm going to play some of this, right? And I'm going to explain where I'm coming from.
Hey, cousins. Hope all's well. Hope you're practicing your self-care. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. It's wrapping up. Back to the work week. But before I go and do my thing, I got a comment. And I'm not even going to wait for this person to elaborate because I just don't have the bandwidth or the mental capacity to even make sense of what was said in this comment from this person. Okay? But you know what? I'm building up the playlist for unsolicited, unpopular opinions. And what better way to add than this one? So
I'm sorry, but Zaria beating Sol Ruca, when we all know Sol Ruca's more over, that's an unpopular opinion, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit with you on that one. Everything else, yeah, I might agree with. But this one, trust me, it ain't just me that thinks that's a dumbass opinion. That is a stupid opinion. I'm sorry. And yes, I did call her ugly Bizarria. Because it's just facts.
Let's hear it, and then I'll go ahead and give my response. Sol Ruca is more over than Ugly and Bizarria. I don't know who Ugly is. So, if anybody want to tell me, let me know. Not to be a misogynist, here we go. But outside of Chrissy, you women have terrible feminist takes that isn't marketable in wrestling. Okay. Shout out to Chrissy. She's always mentioned in my comments. She's doing her thing. I love it. The more women that get in pro wrestling commentary, the better. The more black women, the better. But women, I love them. Love hearing our takes and what we got to say because this has always been dominated by men. I've had this YouTube since 2006, just like anybody else. You gotta make a YouTube to watch. I didn't dive into this shit until I'm gonna say about
Roman Reigns.
It's about 4 years, 5 years. I really didn't put my foot into it since the last maybe year and a half. Okay, I was just.
Now, being a fan of Roman Reigns is not a bad take, okay? Especially as a woman. Women love Roman Reigns. It is not just you, hon. All women love Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns get all the hoes. Let me stop. You get what I'm saying. But look. It ain't hard for me to explain why putting Zaria over Sol Ruca is a bad take. It ain't hard to explain. All right, I didn't mean maybe my comment was a little bit too harsh. Okay, but I mean it kind of needed to be said a little bit. But whatever. I don't want her to take this personally, man. Because trust me, man, I am not going to mind the negative attention at all. Okay.
Fucking around for the most part. My first video was Leo Rush. And what was Leo Rush talking about? He was talking about how him being a small guy and being used to, carry luggage and this, that, and the third. And he also pointed out that he's black, a grown black man, and that just doesn't look right having him carry luggage and things like that and being hazed because at the time he was Bobby Lashley's manager and Leo Rush was trying to keep kayfabe. Okay? So I'm listening to all these hot takes from white male creators who completely missed the nuance.
I'm not a white man. Okay. I am not a let me stop. Let me stop. I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say I'm not a hooky cracker.
And the understanding that Leo Rush was putting out there. They were very roused.
I'm not MAGA. None of that.
Why you gotta bring race into it? You gotta pay your dues. It ain't got nothing to do.
See, there we go. There we go. This is, speaking of race, this is part of the issue of why I made my comment, right? And do I think Triple H is a racist motherfucker? Yes. I do not like his booking. I don't like hardly anything that Paul Levesque is doing right now. Let's not get it twisted. But you can't please every fan. You cannot please all of these fans. Because they don't know what's best for the business. There's a reason why Vince McMahon was a booker and Vince Russo was a booker and you're not. And no, I'm not watching whatever Vince Russo is doing right now. The Attitude Era, that was a long time ago. Okay, we got to move forward, not backwards. I understand. But there's a reason why those people were bookers and you're not. Okay? This company is not based on just black people. Or black women. So everybody else is just supposed to job out because they're non-black. You got to push who's over. This is the same issue that I have with these pro-whack YouTubers. Like fucking, even though they're entertaining, at least NWWO is, Dietrich Davis. The guy's funny. I love him. But being black is not an excuse to be pushed. It's not. That's not a big enough reason to be pushed. Okay? Because I can name a whole bunch of white jobbers on the roster right now that ain't going nowhere. That Carmelo Hayes is doing better than. Okay? So let's not sit up here and play this dumbass race card. Sol Ruca's half black. And we're all saying she should be pushed. So, yeah, that's a horrible take. I don't know what Zaria is. See, here's the thing. Being attractive works at wrestling. It sells. This is the reason why Randy Orton got the push he got so young. Being good looking is ratings. It draws. I wish his babyface run in 2004 worked out better for him. Because with his good looks, it could have worked. No diddy. Okay? I'm not saying that I want to fuck Randy Orton. I'm just saying that from a marketable standpoint, good looks sell. Zaria does not sell. She looks like one of those women who just puts tattoos all over her face, and she's, I guess, to be a goth, but it just doesn't work. She's hard to look at. Sol Ruca's attractive, and like I said, should Sol Ruca be a women's champion at least yet? No, because she's mediocre on the microphone. Let's just say that. Wrestling in Color podcast, I'm speaking as somebody who understands why somebody isn't being pushed or is being pushed. That's where I'm coming from. This isn't about me hating women, okay, or some stupid shit like that. I'm not saying that women need to shut up and go back to the kitchen. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as women, you can be a little bit over opinionated when it comes to entertainment. And that entertainment cannot cater to only one specific group of people. Because you still sacrifice not pushing people that need to be pushed. So hopefully I've broken things down a little bit better for you. Okay? Okay, this is not about being against black woman. Speaking of which, You're probably over there giving Jade Cargill shit. As if she's being pushed correctly to begin with. Let's be honest. You know damn well, if Vince McMahon was still booking this shit, Jade Cargill will be having short matches to benefit her strengths, which is her being a powerhouse. How is she supposed to be a bad bitch in a powerhouse when, one, she barely has any title defenses? She's not booked. She's booked to do 20-minute 50-50 matches like everybody else. How can she successfully be a powerhouse? Her booking is shit. Her booking is shit. Even if she faces Charlotte Flair, it's still going to be a 20-minute match that doesn't make Jade Cargill look good. She needs to be dominating bitches out here. Jade Cargill needs to be doing a few power moves to beat her opponents. Not having 20-minute fucking 5-star matches. That's not what her personality and gimmick is centered around. So that's another take for you that you can maybe learn from. I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns wouldn't look good if he's having 20-minute matches, having 5-star matches instead of just doing Superman punches and spears. Because that's all he does. But that's all he needs to do. He's Roman fucking Reigns. It doesn't match his character to be technical in the ring. And Paul Levesque thinks everybody should have 20-minute long-ass matches. And he's wrong. He is wrong. Just like your take on Zaria being over Sol Ruca. Nobody's going to fuck with that opinion. I'm sorry. Nobody agrees with that. Nobody agrees with that. Zaria is ugly. She doesn't have any good qualities. Maybe I guess she's strong. Not really. She's small too. For somebody who's supposed to be a Brock Lesnar, she's too small for that. Sol Ruca's bigger than her. So how's she going to be a powerhouse? This is what I'm talking about. This is a shit take. And other people in the comments are probably also calling that shit out. Like, this ain't me hating on Wrestling in Color podcast, man. I ain't got nothing against this chick. I'm just saying. You might want to think some of this shit over. Y'all mad about Carmelo Hayes losing. Yeah, he's losing so Trick Williams can get the push that he needs. Trick Williams is actually over. Carmelo Hayes, he's just good in the ring, and he's him. That's all. There's plenty of 95% of the roster is good in the ring. Despite the botches. What makes Carmelo Hayes so special? Because he's black. Trick Williams actually has a personality. Sami Zayn, the only reason why Sami Zayn beat Carmelo Hayes is so Trick Williams could beat Sami Zayn. But here goes Dietrich Davis. Dietrich Davis here. Paul Levesque, you need to kneel to the NWO. Kneel for your racism. And all sort of stupid shit, right? Bro. Look how stupid that video that he did is not going to age well. When Trick Williams is U.S. champion, bro. It's not going to age well. He's going to look stupid. This is the one thing that Paul Levesque is actually doing right. We know damn well Carmelo Hayes is not a bigger draw than Trick Williams. Anybody with 2 eyes can see this shit. Some of y'all are way too black women or black people motivated to the point where y'all don't understand marketability. Y'all making this too much about race. And as a black man myself, Trick Williams is a fucking draw. He should at least be U.S. champion. Maybe not world champion yet. But he deserves that U.S. title. He deserves at least a nice mid-card run. Mid-card title. He's got more personality than everybody on that roster. Hands down. Yes, including LA Knight. LA Knight, he slip tripping over everywhere and shit. And LA Banana Slip Knight. Falling everywhere, fucking up, botching and fucking stumbling on his promos and shit, choking on his promos. And he's not, like I said, the reason why LA Knight is not getting pushed is it's already been talked about. He's not original enough. He has the same problem that Dolph Ziggler has. He's unoriginal. And also, he's being booked properly now. Triple H is actually playing to his LA Knight's strengths now. And his strengths is backstage segments. He's not good to watch in the ring. He's just trying to copy The Rock and Austin on the microphone, so we can only make that work so much. But you know what LA Knight is really good at? Backstage segments. So now he's doing a lot of backstage stuff now. He's doing stuff with backstage outside of wrestling segments with what's his name? I Show Speed. Paul Levesque is actually playing to LA Knight's strengths. Those are his biggest strengths. What he did with Logan Paul. Showed up at his house in his pool relaxing. That is LA Knight's biggest strength. Outside segments. Because he's only so great at everything else. So yeah, hopefully a couple things were learned here. Hopefully I spread a little bit of knowledge here. Because this need to be said. Okay. I am not trying to hit on this chick, man. And I know not all her takes are horrible. But when you put out takes like this, somebody with wrestling knowledge is going to say something about it. It's going to say something about it. Okay? So yeah, this is Home Attack. Peace.